A distress call from the flight commander to the control tower. From the flight commander to the control tower. The Onion has a problem. Something unusual is happening. We are unable to control any movement of the plane. Something is pulling us. The location is unknown. This was the last message received by the American control tower from the commander of Flight 19 on December 5, 1945. After that, communication was lost. Flight 19 consisted of 5 warplanes. They all disappeared without a trace while they were moving on a training mission over the Bermuda Triangle area. When the U.S. Navy sent rescue planes to search for them, something strange happened. One of the rescue planes that was going to rescue the missing planes exploded in the air. We will answer the question of why things disappear in the Bermuda Triangle. It is a place in the Atlantic Ocean that is a large body of water located between the Bermuda Islands, the state of Florida, and the Puerto Rican Islands. Since this area is bordered by 3 points, it was called a triangle. Since one of the points is the Bermuda Islands, it is called the Bermuda Triangle. The area of the triangle is enormous, reaching 1,125,000 square kilometers. If you do not add up this number, it is larger than the area of Egypt. For example, the Bermuda area became famous because of articles and research published by authors and newspapers talking about the danger of the place and the strange disappearances that occur there, whether ships or planes. The story says that anything passing through this area, whether at sea or even in the air, disappears completely and no longer has any existence at all. For example, in January 1918, a ship sailed and was on its way to the port. The trip was supposed to take 3 days for the ship to arrive, but they stayed in the port for a long time waiting for the ship to arrive, and it did not. Currently, we have been waiting for more than 100 years for the ship to arrive. It has completely disappeared. The strange thing is that this ship did not send any distress call. It simply disappeared without a trace. The American president at the time came out and said that only God and the ocean know where the ship disappeared. After that, the Bermuda Triangle began to devour a huge number of ships, planes, and even submarines, and a new series of mysterious disappearances began. Articles and newspapers began to talk about these disappearances, but frankly, they exaggerated the scale a bit and set the world on fire. At the forefront of them was the American news agency Associated Press and a magazine called Fate, which specialized in this type of strange incidents and phenomena. One person named Richard Weiner wrote a book entitled The Devil's Triangle. After him, another person named Vincent Gaddis wrote a book about Bermuda. After them, Charles Berlitz also wrote a book, and it became a very big event. The media and people began to attribute the incidents to a supernatural force and began to explain what was happening in the Triangle area as follows. Some people said that the Bermuda Triangle contains the great city of Atlantis under it, and this is the curse of Atlantis on humanity. Another group said, no, this is the throne of Satan located above the Bermuda area, and it burns anyone who comes near there. A third group said that the reason for this matter is aliens, and they kidnap people who come near the Bermuda area and take them to torture and kill them. A fourth opinion said that the ships and planes that pass by the place, they fall into a time hole and are transported to another time. Of course, all of the previous interpretations were completely rejected and avoided by the scientific community, because they are simply science fiction. As for the people who attribute the throne of Satan to the place, there is no evidence in the Quran or the authentic Sunnah about this. Well, since these interpretations have no basis in truth, what are the real explanations for why anything passing through the area sinks and disappears in reality? A group of researchers began to conduct studies on the Bermuda mystery and eventually reached some logical explanations. The first step in understanding the mystery was the mycene hydrates. The researchers discovered huge amounts of mycene hydrates emanating from the ocean floor in very high concentrations in the area. They proved through experiments that these mycene bubbles can sink an entire ship because the gases mix with water in large proportions and cause the water level to decrease and create a phenomenon called foamy water. This cannot carry the load of the ships, so the ships sink without warning. In addition, scientists from the University of Norway discovered a hole in the bottom of Bermuda, resulting from the explosion of mycene gas. Its diameter was about 500 meters. They confirmed that explosions of this size can be so huge that they reach great heights in the air and affect the movement of aircraft. As for the second point related to explaining the mystery, it lies in tropical storms. These are very strong storms that occur in tropical waters and are found in the Bermuda area. These storms literally destroy any ship. In addition to the fact that there are some doubts that the area has a magnetic field that affects the movement of the bulb and the behavior of devices. And all of these are reasons that make the Bermuda Triangle a very difficult area for sea or air navigation, but does the matter stop here? Let's move on to a slightly strange point. The U.S. Coast Guard and the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said that the disappearances that occur in the Bermuda Triangle are like any other accidents that occur anywhere else in the ocean. And according to official statistics, the number of planes and ships lost in the Bermuda Triangle is equal to the number of planes and ships lost in most bodies of water in the world. Okay, what many people do not know is that dozens of ships and planes pass through the Bermuda Triangle every day without any problems occurring, because many people think that no one knows what the place looks like from the inside of the triangle. From the inside, it is very flat and normal, with no islands or anything, and ships pass through it every day. All that matters is that when an event happens, it is unexpected. Finally, the triangle is nothing but a place where the climatic conditions are changeable, threatening the lives of people who pass through it. Thus, we have answered the question of why things disappear in the Bermuda Triangle.